The eye-watering spike in the cost of gas is painful for consumers and businesses. This is the price of wholesale gas, and it's up more than 500% since the start of the year. All countries are facing the same stratospheric surge in prices, but when it comes to generating electricity, some are better insulated against the impact. Let's look at the UK's energy mix at midday on Monday. Gas made up almost 50%, renewables around a quarter, nuclear a little over 10%, and there's a little bit there from coal too. Compare that to last October and you can see renewables are roughly the same, but we're using a lot more gas now. And that's to make up for a sharp drop in nuclear generation, as half a dozen reactors have been shut down for maintenance. It's a very different situation in France. There, almost 80% of electricity is generated with nuclear energy. Gas makes up less than 10%, significantly less than the UK, so the direct impact on electricity consumers is much lower. France also generates enough energy to export to other countries. Germany also has a very different energy mix to the UK. Just 13% of its electricity was generated with gas at midday. But look at coal. It made up almost a third. But Germany's heavy use of coal comes with a climate cost. The dirtiest of all the fossil fuels produces the equivalent of around 800 grams of carbon dioxide per kilowatt of energy. That's twice as much as gas. For comparison, offshore wind is just 10 grams per kilowatt.
Coal just does not fit inside the carbon budgets that we have, and it doesn't fit inside the international commitments that we're signing up to. And on the economics point, it's cheaper than gas at the minute. But the lesson from the gas crisis should be that fossil fuel prices are very fickle, very volatile, and coal could just as easily become expensive another time. So rather than trying to pick the least worst fossil fuel and hoping it stays cheap, you should be trying to move away from fossil fuels entirely back to homegrown renewables.
The energy crunch is worldwide. India's 135 coal power stations, which generate 70% of the country's electricity, have their own supply crisis. More than half have stocks to last just 3 days, with blackouts a growing reality. As economies are restarting after the pandemic, energy is in high demand.